Fibrous Roots versus Erosion by Medha Reddy Mannai, West Lafayette Intermediate School. Purpose: how does the amount of plants or roots affect water erosion? Hypothesis: if the amount of plants is greater, then the amount of sand sediment collected downstream will decrease because the sand is being held in place by the roots of the fibrous plants. Research: plant roots serve many purposes: to keep the plant upright and in place, to collect minerals and nutrients from the soil, and also to store nutrients for the plants. There are two main types of plant roots: taproots and fibrous roots. Taproots are thick and grow straight down with smaller secondary and tertiary roots coming off the sides. Fibrous roots have roots that are all alike, and they branch off from the base of the stem and weave together like a mat. Some examples of taproots are carrots, beets, radishes, and dandelions. Fibrous root plants include grasses, sugarcane, bamboo, and roses. Procedures: use a water bottle for the container. Be sure to use the same type of bottle for each variation. Cut out the top of the bottle with a utility knife. Leave the cap on. Fill the bottle 75% with sand. Use the first bottle as a control and fill the rest of them with different amounts of seeds. Use the same type of seed and make sure it is of a fibrous root. I used wheatgrass seeds for mine. After the plants grow, elevate them to a 10-degree angle. Unscrew the cap carefully to ensure that sand doesn't fall out. Put a plastic cup underneath the mouth of the bottle to catch all the sand that comes out. Pour a gentle, steady stream of water from the top of the bottle. After it dries, measure the amount of collected sand in grams. On the left is the picture of my experiment after I had finished pouring water down the bottle. In the top right is the picture of me weighing the sand after it had dried. In the bottom right is a picture of the wheatgrass which I grew. You can see the roots are all tangled and meshed together like a net. Results: this is my graph and table with the results of my experiment. As shown on the graph, blue means trial 1, red means trial 2, and yellow is the average of both trials. In the bottle with no plants, trial 1, 99 grams of sand, trial 2, 97 grams of sand, average 98 grams. Least amount of plants. Trial 1, 43 grams, trial 2, 36 grams, average 39.5 grams. Medium amount of plants. Trial 1, 41 grams, trial 2, 27 grams, average 34 grams. Many amount of plants. Trial 1, 32 grams, trial 2, 18 grams, average 25 grams. Most amount of plants. Trial 1, 28 grams, trial 2, 16 grams, average 22 grams. As you can see on the graph, the more plants I added, the less and less the sand and silt came out of the mouth of the bottle. Analysis: the data shows that the more plants you add, the less sand gets eroded. The plant's fibrous roots are holding the soil in place instead of being washed away. My hypothesis was supported as the plants did their job by preventing the simulated erosion of water. This information could help in many cases. For example, the Mississippi River carries 500 million tons of sediment and silt into the Gulf of Mexico each year. If we were to not cut down the trees that border the river, these numbers may not be so drastic. Errors: when I first grew the plants, they died because of the grow conditions in the room before I could run the experiment. I had to plant a second batch to do it. Also, during the first trial in the bottle with no plants, I poured the water all over the place instead of in just one spot. Another error was that with the bottle with the most plants, some of the sand overflowed and spilled on the ground. I made up for that by adding a little extra water though. Future experiments: how does a taproot plant help erosion? What type of soil erodes the easiest or fastest when plants are in it? How do different types of fibrous plants affect erosion? Bibliography. Thanks for watching.